internets, today I have a kind of smallish haul for you. This is mostly just a DAISO haul, but I also wanted to throw in one item I picked up from Officeworks. I don't know, I like picking up little bits and pieces. I've bought all this stuff over the course of like maybe a month or so, but I feel like if I did a video each time I went shopping, it would be like 2 products and it wouldn't make for a very interesting video. So I don't know, I hope you don't mind me just grouping a bunch of stuff together, but predominantly I would say everything except one item is from DAISO, so I'm pretty much going to call it a DAISO haul and then I'll throw in my Officeworks item at the end. Enough babbling, let's get into the video. First one is washi tape. Like, I really need more washi tape, but I saw this, it's a makeup washi tape and I know I don't have anything like this, so I really wanted to get it. This is the pattern just here. I'm going to open it up. So as you can see here, this is what the washi tape looks like. It's so beautiful and makeup inspired. Like, I feel like that's a Chanel eyeshadow quad. Got some nail polish, just some very iconic, that looks like a Chanel polish as well. Just some very iconic makeup, and I've not seen anything like this ever, so I'm pretty excited by this. I think it's going to look really great in some of my planners and I can't wait to use it. Okay, so the next item I got was this. This is basically just like the tabs that you would put at the top of your planners. So just here's a great example. I just thought the polar bear was so cute. The blue is very much an aesthetic I love, blue being my favorite color, and I think you get multiple sheets. So these are all the different designs you can get inside, just all different types of polar bear, very winterish. And yeah, you get 8 sheets with 12 stickers on them. So I thought for $2.80 this was a really great value. So then to follow on for that, I actually also ended up getting the matching post-it notes as well as another set of post-it notes. I definitely have enough post-it notes, but I love the look and feel for this. It just looks, I don't know, I just really love the color, the color combination. And then I also picked up another set of post-it notes, and I love that the notes in this are in Japanese and I can actually read it. So I was just really excited by that, because for this one it's all in English, like thank you, okay, checkpoint, here, memo. And this one is just all in Japanese, and so I feel like I want to start converting more things in my life, like the notes I take at work, a lot of that is in Japanese now. A lot of the books and manga I read and TV shows I watch are all in Japanese, because immersing myself more in the Japanese language really helps fast track my learning. So this just felt perfect. So the next thing I got were these markers. I'm actually going to try these markers out at the end of the video and test them out for you guys so you can see what they're like. But these kind of remind me, like the look of them reminded me of the mild liners from Zebra. They just kind of look similar. I have no idea if they are similar at all, so I guess we'll try them after the video. So this is something that I normally wouldn't buy, but I saw it and sometimes I just want something creative that I can put together that I don't have to think too hard about, that is already in a kit. So I thought this one was really cute. It's a cute little sailor bear, I think. It's got a little sailing cap, and I thought that was a handbag that he or she is holding with a little anchor on it, but maybe it's like a padlock or something. I have no idea. But I just thought this bear was so cute and I just want to like put it together. One of the tools I'm going to need for this that I didn't have was glue, so I went and bought a bunch of DAISO glue. Can you believe that all of this was $2.80? Like 3 tubs of glue. This is insane. Like, this to me is like really great value, because I'm going to use it beyond just this particular kit. So yeah, the last item I got from DAISO was a bunch of watercolors. I thought it was amazing that all of this was $2.80. I don't even know what the quality will be like. I might actually test this out a little bit. I'll test 1 or 2 of the colors as I do the pen as well. But I'm kind of shocked that this whole set was $2.80. Hopefully the quality is not too bad, but I mean, really, how bad could it be? It's watercolors. So I kind of just like the idea that anyone can get into watercoloring because it's very affordable. So just before I jump into testing out watercolors and pens, I want to show you the item I got from Officeworks, because it's also an item that I want to test drive. So this is an item that I picked up from Officeworks today. I actually just bought a new office chair because the chair that I've been using, I've had it for about 8 years or so, and the wood underneath the seat has started breaking through, so definitely didn't want to sit and get a bunch of splinters on me, so I decided to just get a new chair. So whilst I was there, I picked this up. I have never seen this before, and it really intrigued me. So this is from the brand Crayola, which I know you guys probably are quite familiar with. This just feels like a very mature version of Crayola. Like typically for me, Crayola are like the massive textures and markers and pens and pencils that children use to color in for their coloring books. So this just kind of felt like a little bit more of a polished version, and I am seeing more brands coming out with like brush tips and really honing in more into the calligraphy trend that's been really happening recently. So I want to try these ones as well. Let me open this up so I can see what's in the tin, because as you can see, it's still all wrapped up. I love this tin that it came in. It's just so nice, and it feels really nice quality. So let's open it up. Oh, okay, there we go. Is this 2-layer? I feel like I'm expecting more markers than just this. Let me see. Oh, there you go. All right, it is 2 layers. Good. Because I was like, if this was all it was, I'm pretty sure it said 16. It does not look like 16, but this is 16. Okay, so you get these sort of colors. So I guess this whole tray it's seeing on films feels pretty flimsy. So I guess you could take them out and put them in, and then you can end up storing other markers in here. But that's pretty much what it looks like. Okay, so I'm gonna go grab my notebook and let's test out some of these pens. Okay, so I'm gonna test out these markers first. Oh, they're like highlighters. Okay. They're basically like highlighters, but the color is a lot more muted and pastel. So it's not your traditional fluorescent sort of colors, even though the packaging I thought did say fluorescent, but I would not consider this fluorescent at all. Like to me, this is much more muted colors, which is a really nice change. I actually quite like it. If I was still in university or high school and I was highlighting a lot of books and stuff like that, I would probably want to use things like this. This is much more akin to the sort of feel and design I'd look for. But yeah, so that's all the highlighters, and the bleed through isn't really severe. Actually, there's no bleed through at all. So I really quite like these. They're very inky. I love the pastel feel. I think I'm definitely going to end up using these in my bullet journal, because I really want to include a little bit more color in my bullet journal. It feels so monochrome right now. And yeah, I might give these a shot. So let's move on to one of the brush tips. All right, I'm just going to pull one at random. I'm going to take this particular one. This is in teal. So the way this seems to work is that it's a dual-ended marker, and the ends are similar. Like they kind of seem to be in the same color family, but they're not the same. So this one is teal, this one is blue-green. However, one of them is the brush tip, and then the other one is a marker. So I'm not really sure which end is which. You can't really tell. Okay, so this is the brush tip. So, okay, it's pretty stiff, but it's not too bad. Reminds me a little bit of the Tombow markers, but a little bit more finer and not as big, not as large. And then this side is your traditional marker, so much finer. And yeah, you can see that there's a bit of a difference in color. I just want to color this out so you can see the color a bit better. This is definitely lighter and this is more green. So different colors. In that sense, it's different to Tombow, because for Tombow, it's like both sides are the exact same color, except one is brush tip and one is just more marker. But whereas Crayola have decided to include 2 different colors. So it does give you a little bit of variation, like you carry more colors with you with less pens. But at the same time, it can feel a bit more limiting. I guess it depends on what your use case is. But I actually quite like these so far. Like testing this one pen, let me test another one. So this one has raspberry at the top, and I can kind of see through this lid. So the brush tip is raspberry and coral reef is the marker side. So you can go for really fine, or if you slant it, it can go thicker. I'm not really going to, yeah, this is so terrible. I don't want to push down the tip too much. I've had so many different comments when I review these sort of brush tip markers. Some people say I should push down on it. Other people say it's going to ruin the marker. So I'm just kind of going to go with what I feel is right. And I don't really want to push down on anything that is felt tip. If it was an actual, so by the way, these are not actual brushes. These are felt. So when it comes to felt, I don't really feel comfortable pushing down too much. I don't want to destroy the tip, because I have done that in the past with some of my older markers and they wear out a lot faster. So I kind of just want to like angle it a bit differently as I write. don't know if that's the right way. I really don't even know if there is a considered right way. I feel like everybody has their own way, and then they kind of recommend that on, and maybe they just feel very strongly about the way they do it. This is just how I want to do it. And then you've got the marker side here, which actually seems quite a lot lighter. Yeah, like heaps lighter. I don't know, it's almost like a peachy pink, like this reminds me of Sakura. Maybe a bit too, maybe too orangey to be Sakura. I feel like my nails are a little bit more closer to the cherry blossom color, but yeah, this is way lighter than the raspberry. So I don't know how I feel about the two different colors. I don't know, I think I maybe need more time to really formulate an opinion on it, but I will say that the quality is really good. I really love the quality of this. The last thing I want to test, and I'm not really sure how I'm going to test other watercolors from DAISO, I kind of just want to have a feel for maybe how chalky the color is, things like that. So I'm going to open this up. Oh wow, okay, so they kind of look like this. They're like little tubes of colors. Right, I don't even really know. I don't think I've tested like wet watercolors before. I've always tested when they're in a pan. So this is going to be interesting. Let's test the navy blue. So cute. So apparently there's 6 mils of color in this. Twist it up. There you go. Okay. Oh, there we go. Alright, I don't want to waste too much of it because I know I'm not going to use it just yet. And then I'm going to take my Pentel water brush, which I use a lot for watercoloring, and let's just smooth this out. I mean, it looks nice up front. I don't know. I have to admit, I'm not an expert at watercoloring, and I feel like if you're somebody who's really into your watercolors, you might have a very strong opinion. I kind of feel like the quality doesn't look amazing just based on using, say, my Winsor Newton or the Schminkel watercolors, which I feel are a bit more high quality. This doesn't feel as good quality. I don't feel like the colors blend as well as I mean, I do have quite a bit of water coming out of my tip right now. For some reason, it's weird. When it's weird. I dried it off before and it still feels like there's a lot of water coming out, so I don't know whether maybe my pen is just acting up. But, I mean, it's not bad. That's the thing. I think this is actually quite a lot of water. If my tip was a little drier, like I've just dried it off again, it's okay. Yeah. Definitely usable. I think this is great, especially for beginners, if you want to just start getting into watercoloring. I don't see how this is bad at all. I think if you're like probably an expert in watercoloring, and well, I think if you're like very experienced with watercolors, maybe you may not appreciate this as much. For a beginner kit, I think it's pretty good. And for $2.80, how can you really beat that? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what was your favorite item here. What do you guys think? If there's anything else you want me to try, test out, more than happy to. That's all I have to say. So thank you so much for watching. This is Celina reporting from my room. Back to you, internet.